If only there was vibes this good on Halloween. Forget bisexual lighting. This is American lighting. Red and blue lighting. I don't care if you can see me. I'll speak from the darkness. Light subject, dark lighting. I don't understand these boomerisms, these sort of halfway positions people hold sometimes. I just saw somebody in a group say something about, is it okay if I'm gay or something like that? It was in a vaguely conservative group. And it just got like 100 comments. And all the comments were saying, well, yeah, just don't make it your whole personality. What does that mean? And I've heard people say that in real life, and I don't know if that passes the vibe check for me. I guess I agree. I guess end of the day, I agree. Don't make anything your whole personality. You should be a well-rounded individual with a diversity of interests. So don't make anything your whole personality. I know a lot of people who made, nerd culture their whole personality. And that's pretty mainstream now. As a result, there's a lot of people whose whole personality is pretty boring. Right? So, in general, having any one thing be your entire personality, probably bad. So I guess on paper I agree. It does seem, however, like maybe I can kind of empathize with why somebody would make their whole personality being gay or what have you, right? For one thing, Magic the Gathering. Lots of people have their whole personality surrounded like Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering doesn't make anyone come. I feel like if Magic the Gathering made more people come, I would understand why they made it their whole personality. Being gay, that's pretty fundamental. I feel like compared to the movies you like or something like that, right? But even then, probably still best not to make it your whole personality. So let's go further. What do they mean, make it your whole personality? I think what they mean is that they've seen activists, probably. People with all the pins and all the flags, and it's all over them 24/7. Those people are activists, right? And, I think it kind of makes sense if you're involved in the task of political activism to be passionate about it. And it does make sense to advocate for various political causes. We all know that it can be nice to have one aspect of your personality be advocating for political causes. And of course, if you're advocating for political causes, you're going to have little pins, little stickers to show your identity, just like when you drink a lot of wine. When you drink a lot of wine, you've got to get your little stickers. Your little stickers on your car that says, "My superpower? I make wine disappear." Right? So yeah. It does, of course. And I think this would be the easy way to respond to something like this. The easy way out would be to just be like, well, clearly you saw someone gay wearing like a pride flag or something. And you decided, that made you uncomfortable. But then, when confronted directly, and somebody was like, oh, what, you're uncomfortable because they're gay? You had to find some way of creating a line of cognitive dissonance between yourself and sort of implicit homophobia, right? So you had to make something up. And at that point, if it really is just about maintaining cognitive dissonance, I don't do that. I have zero cognitive dissonance. No copes here. I'm cope-free since 93. If I sense any amount of cognitive dissonance in my own thought, I just get rid of it. Full passion, full vibes. No cognitive dissonance here. It's not necessary. It's not necessary if you're completely fearless in what you believe. And the halfway positions, they just don't have the ring they used to. You know, I think back in the day, maybe it worked. Maybe it got you around. Maybe it was good. Maybe it was pro-social to say, hey man, I don't really care that much one way or the other. All I think is, you know, you should stop having more rights than me or something, you know. Little halfway positions like that, I think, helped a lot of people survive avoiding having strong opinions, because you need to avoid having strong opinions in order to survive in social spaces, because we've made it that way. But that's not a good thing. You should be able to have strong opinions and still socialize with other people in a mature way. So we've been avoiding those strong opinions, which is why I'm a big fan of the just call me a slur position. I've heard people say this. I've heard people say in response, queer people in response to like somebody saying something cringe and straight, I guess, saying like, "Oh God, man, just call me a slur." It would just make my life so much easier. Don't make me break down this half homophobic, not quite really necessarily homophobic pseudo opinion. Can't you just call me a faggot?